The toys were what hurt. I was always on my knees collecting the toys of children who would never open their eyes again. It wasn't my job, but I did it because the thought of seeing the toys lying there scared me more. The constant memory of a life lost too early. Every day I would come in to find less children and more orphaned toys. So I spent a few hours every morning cleaning up the toys left behind, burning them, so I didn't have to endure the pain. "Can you please? It hurts." He looked at me with pleading eyes. I almost missed his request. I was busy checking his IV, and his voice was a whisper. He was so weak that I could see him strain as he reached out for my shirt. I felt my heart break as his hand fell limp. I took a cloth and wiped the sweat from his pale brow. Then I lifted his arm and slid it beneath the thin hospital blankets. I brushed his hair from his eyes and smiled at him. "That's all I'm allowed to give you. Any more and it wouldn't be healthy." "But I'm not healthy." His voice broke, but he pressed on, becoming rough and urgent. "My mom says that soon I'll be out playing with my friends, but every day I feel worse. My dad bought me a football, but I'm scared I'll never be able to use it. I'm in pain all the time and I just want to sleep." I stared at his brown eyes, trying to keep a smile on my face. This wing of the hospital wasn't for children that were getting better. It wasn't that they'd given up. It was just that the hospital had no idea what to do. This wing was for the children that needed a miracle. I glanced at the football that sat on the bedside table, and once again felt that ache. Another toy that I would have to clean up. I felt my eyes water as I turned to his pleading eyes. "All right, just a little more. I can't promise it will make it better, but it will help." I stood, reaching for the syringe. I stuck the needle into the bottle and pulled back the plunger. 10, 20, 30 milligrams should be enough, but I didn't stop there. I watched as my fingers drew the plunger back further until the syringe filled with 100 milligrams of the opiate. I told myself that was too much. I tried to stop myself from stabbing the needle deep into the young boy's veins. I glanced at the football sitting nearby and felt my fingers push the plunger all the way down. I fell back in my chair, and the syringe fell to the floor with a clatter. I saw the young boy smile, close his eyes, and relax. I watched as the EKG flatlined, the constant beep etching into my mind, digging in deep until all I heard was a light buzz, like thousands of wasps sitting deep in my head. Had I just done that? Why couldn't I stop myself? The football rolled off the nightstand, along the floor, and stopped at the feet of a being. It had a large body, only outmatched by the tall hat on its head that bent as it touched the ceiling. Its face was simple, almost doll-like, two large, cavernous eyes filled with blackness. It was familiar and yet foreign, like a friend I hadn't seen in years. It reached out a hand. As I took its hand, I felt the guilt lift off my shoulders. I felt my body shift, bones rearrange, and my emotions replaced by urges. All I wanted to do was find children that discarded their toys. I wanted to teach them how lucky they were. I fell to my 3 legs and grabbed my head from the floor. There was a buzzing inside, and a small wasp flew from my gaping mouth. "MISMATCH," I said, grabbing the syringe from the floor. I turned toward the being as it opened a book and began to write inside.